Warning, this podcast will contain a bunch of spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 15, One Door Closes. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are Clio.
Hello.
And Rachel.
I still got my lanyard on my vest.
My lanyard's over there.
Patton Oswalt won't let me in. I don't have my lanyard.
They never answered how many Patton Oswalds there are.
I know. Probably because no one knows.
No one knows. They lost count.
There's probably a basement full of, like, inactive ones.
It's in the toy box. That's how it tells you how much is in the toy box.
My God. Yeah. Good episode.
The world may never know.
Great episode.
Yes.
A lot of good episodes for a lot of shows this week. This one starts flashbacky. Well,
Yes.
Actually, it was weaved all throughout the episode, but we're going to cover flashbacks in one nice chunk. So, it was on the day S.H.I.E.L.D. fell during Winter Soldier, on the aircraft carrier, the Iliad, and
I like the name.
I like the name too, and I will assume that this is the aircraft carrier that they're currently using.
I'm
S.H.I.E.L.D.
guessing. I was like, oh, well, there's the aircraft. That's how they got it. We were trying to figure out how they got it before, and now we know.
There's not many questions, there are a few questions from these flashbacks, but, they gave us a good story as what happened with Bobby and Mac and Hartley and all those people when Hydra came out of, its
hiding.
Evil Nazi closet.
Nazi closet.
Evil Nazi closet.
Well, they were locked in a Nazi closet.
They were. You're not wrong.
And we find that Bobby had orders from Fury to sink the damn ship.
That's the exact... I just watched Winter Soldier. That's the same chip they use in the helicarriers that were supposed to shoot down those hundreds of thousands of people.
Right. Now, the question...
Well, they didn't want to get rid of... They didn't want to get a hold of whatever they had.
Right. That is one of the two questions from these flashback scenes. What was on that aircraft carrier, which we can assume is still on that aircraft carrier because...
I bet you it was alien technology, and that's why Mr. Olmos was almost pissed.
I didn't think of that. I just thought his vendetta against them was because of the whole secrets thing.
Right.
I think it goes
Which
deeper
still
than
doesn't
that.
make sense because he's keeping secrets.
Exactly.
Right. So what's on that boat? Is it alien tech? And he does reveal to Coulson later in the episode that are you sure you're just not a messenger for some alien race? And Coulson doesn't even confirm or deny that. So for as far as Coulson knows,
He's not even entertaining it.
Right, he's not even entertaining it at all.
Yeah, he just gave him like the smug smile.
The Coulson smile.
Well, the other guy, I can't remember his name.
Admiral Adama.
Gonzalez. Well, his name
Gonzalez.
I forget his first name. His name is Gonzalez. Commander Gonzalez. But I'm just going to refer to him as Admiral Adama because that's what everybody's going to know him as.
Exactly. I mean, we'll learn his name eventually, but right now it's Adama.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like when he was talking to Coulson, it was like he's on a witch hunt, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, really? You think this is what the real S.H.I.E.L.D. wants? It just seems like it's a witch hunt, and then we're going to figure out if they're, if we need to take them down or not. It's like, that's horrible. If they're not doing anything now, what makes you think they're going to do something?
Exactly. And, there's still the Hydra paranoia in the air among S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and back to
Hydra's not gone.
Right, Hydra's not gone, exactly.
Hydra got weeded out, but there are still agents out there, and I mean, you saw the surgeon when, I was gonna call him Mac. What the heck? Beardy McTraderface?
Ward.
Wait.
Ward. When Ward took the doctor, the doctor was like, S.H.I.E.L.D. or Hydra. I don't care. So obviously Hydra's running around still fucking shit up.
Exactly. And that's the other big question we can draw out of this flashback scene. I mean, it was pretty straightforward, pretty, clear that it was Bobby's idea for the whole S.H.I.E.L.D. secrets to end, and for it to be a democracy going forward. We're not just being one man in charge.
It can't. I mean, as much as they want it, it's not going to happen.
Right, and
it can't happen. It's not in its DNA.
Yeah. On to the question, though. The question is Gonzalez actually S.H.I.E.L.D. or is he Hydra?
Don't know.
Because
Fury obviously trusted him enough, and Coulson was trying to track him down.
Fury trusted a lot of people, including Hydra members.
Well, trusted. Fury never fully trusts anybody.
So he trusted Gonzalez about as much as he trusted any other.
Yeah, as much as he could.
As much as he could. Now, the question, he was the only person left alive in a room full of dead people. Now, you could assume, it's just that paranoia. Did they leave him there in that, state as a plant? Was this his plan all along?
He was pretty severely wounded. I mean, he had
an
a giant...
He had a gaping axe wound to the leg.
He had an axe. I have it now.
I have it, yeah. It wasn't just the axe wound, though. His knee
leg
was dislocated.
Yeah.
No, I think his leg was outright broken.
Oh, okay.
No, because he was kind of walking on it.
They had to snap it back. Oh, because that could have...
No, because when they set it and then they splinted it.
Yeah,
okay. So, walking on
it.
Well,
I don't know. We don't know.
We don't know exactly, but I mean, I imagine an axe wound would have broken his leg if he swung it hard enough.
No, you're right. I didn't think I thought it was a wound, and he dislocated his knee. I was like,
I think it was on 2 different legs. I thought it was, but
anyway,
we don't know. I mean, this would be, if he was Hydra, this would be perfect.
This would be perfect.
Very perfect.
Not only would he get the carrier, but he would get the following of some shields and whatever was on the carrier. Plus, if he goes after the toy box and after all these Inhumans, he'll have that at his disposal. I mean, who's to say he's not?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Mac and Bobby... Well, Mac showed back up last episode. Bobby shows back up. And they kind of spring... Well, they spring their trap. Coulson, more so, springs a trap on Mac, corners him under the guise of working on Lola, and I love the way he put it. I know Lola inside and out, so, obviously he noticed the scanner or whatever the hell was in the model.
Yeah, it was the scanner.
I just think it's so funny that they underestimate Coulson so much.
Always.
And it's why? Why are you guys doing this? He's a survivor, even though, he died and got brought back. Granted, he has some DNA, alien DNA, but he's a survivor. Why are you trying to...
And he's a spy. He is a good...
He's trained.
He is a very good spy. We're talking... He's not the same personality, but we're talking James Bond level of good spies here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he may have died, but he still retains what he knows.
Yeah, and people still keep trying to get one over on him, which eventually they'll stop. Maybe 2 seasons down the road. Eventually. It's the smile. It's the, the calm, disarming personality that gets you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Got a personable face.
Yeah. Bobby steals the toolbox. May takes a shot at her. Doesn't work.
Fight was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And the whole time Bobby's like, look, it doesn't have to be this way. And I'm thinking, yeah, she really doesn't want to hurt May. And then the little voice in the side of my head goes, no, she's terrified of May because she knows May is one of the few people on the planet who can kick the ever-loving shit out of her.
Yes. But it was also May was what was it? I broke the larynx of the last person who betrayed me. I'm it's not gonna be that easy to break Bobby's larynx, though.
No,
Bobby's
very true. That was a badass fight sequence, I gotta say.
Oh, I was amazing. I was like, oh my god, this is one of the best fight scenes we've had.
She won.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blackout. And with that blackout, Bobby freely roams the base and runs into Simmons. And I'm like, oh god, no, Simmons. Is this where Simmons is gonna go evil? This where they're gonna I
thought too. I was like, oh my god, she's in on it.
She's in on it. She's working on it.
Maybe the gloves have a translate locator. So
as soon as she put the one thing in Bobby's hand and Bobby just didn't go it, I'm like, oh my god, Simmons is gonna electrocute her with this damn thing.
That's funny. No, because what I was worried about was, since Simmons had the sort of relationship with Bobby that Fitz has with Mac, that she would have just trusted her. Like because she wasn't there when May was telling them, "Oh, hey, Bobby's kicking the crap out of us." So I thought she didn't know, and since she's got that sort of relationship with her, that she would have just,
that was probably
it was so funny though.
Out of everything, that was probably my favorite part of the episode, or up there. Just like
and it hits the floor, so funny.
She played that perfect.
And I know it was like that scene was like it made you think: is she part of the real Shield, or Because then it was like, okay, that makes sense. Maybe there's something with the gloves that she gave Sky, and then she put that in her hand. I'm like, well, maybe not.
And then zap, and I got her. Like Coulson May, I got her.
But I think down the line, when everyone's loyalties are tested, she's going to side with the real Shield because they share her views on I was going to call them metahumans. It's not what they are. Get your head out of the DC universe.
The gifted.
The index. Yeah, the gifteds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm like, and especially with her instructor there from the academy.
Yeah.
She trusted her, and you could tell that the instructor is weaseling her, and she goes, there's no one else,
Yeah, she's getting the claws in there.
But I think she's also being sincere.
She is probably being sincere, too.
She's going to try to, because...
Bring her in.
Bring her in.
It's like, I just don't get it, because...
And she's ripe for the picking, really.
Right now, she's ripe for the picking, yeah, because I don't think she fully agrees with Coulson on everything, and she's kind of scary. She's scared and scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, we see Fitz. He's trying to fix the blackout. Mac corners him. Did anybody else get Ward flashbacks with Fitz and Ward at this point? Because here he is. Here's someone he just grew to trust and is like best buds with, and now he's staring down the hallway and he's evil again. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna get locked in a container and dumped in the ocean again.
Well, no, I didn't get that because, I know Mac doesn't.
Yes, Mac isn't evil, but
Fitz doesn't.
From Fitz's point of view,
though.
Yeah, no, he was a little scared.
Mm-hmm. And just a little. Yeah, just a little. But Mac, I think, completely...
Just come away from the wall. It's okay. Just get away from that wall.
And then the gas starts coming, and he's like, dives him. So I think that probably dispelled any illusion in Fitz's mind that Mac's a bad guy.
Yeah. He took, severe injuries. I
hated that, because badass Simmons knocks out Bobby, and then knockout gas makes it all irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
I think that's also going to show New S.H.I.E.L.D. How Simmons is an asset.
Very true. And
that out of everyone, Simmons is going to be the one that they want.
And they wind up capturing everybody except May. Because May will only be captured when May goddamn well pleases.
And she found the gas mask. So she was prepared. She knew exactly what was happening.
So we know Gonzalez wants in the toolbox because he wants to track down every little secret Fury was hiding.
Wants the index most of all.
He wants the index most of all, and whatever else is in there to, in his words, prevent it from destroying the world they saved.
He wants the payroll files.
He does want the payroll files. He's not sure what to pay the council of people who are supposedly his peers. So
I know, and the way he said it, he was like, he was so sure that Fitz and Simmons would open it for him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they have any idea how.
No.
I don't think so either, but he goes, give it to Fitz and Simmons, they'll figure it out.
And I like that.
Well,
we're back at a point
are you
where...
so sure that they're going to be on your side, dude?
Yeah, there's that. And here's the best part. When Bobby was laser drilling it out of the desk, she likely cut through the apparatus that opened it and turned it on for Coulson, because every time he used it, you saw it popped up out of the desk and projected a hologram around the room.
Yeah.
So she cut through all of that.
I don't think...
Coulson had, so the way, that was probably why Coulson was so smug and smiling, like knowing you cut it out of the top of my desk, you destroyed the way to open it.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I think it might be DNA.
You destroyed the easy way to open it.
The easy way.
Okay, yes.
There.
I think it might be DNA activated, when he touches it.
But when Gonzalez said, take this to Fitzsimmons, nobody's called them Fitzsimmons
in a while.
For a long ass time.
Very true.
This is... And Gonzalez doesn't see them as two people. He sees them as the science, Like, they're not people, they're the science.
If I had to guess, the lady that was their instructor probably talked to him about them.
Mm-hmm. That's... Yeah. I would make the same guess.
And nobody's the same person they were a year ago.
Exactly.
So...
Hey, you know what? They kind of made up and eased the tension between each other, the whole hand-holding. It was cute.
Yeah, I mean, and it is sort of like they're getting back to the way they used to work, because
even though he yelled at her this episode,
Simmons even looks at Fitz for like approval, like, is it okay if I go help? And he's like, yeah, it's fine, go.
Yeah, because Max, he's working for them, but he's not an asshole, so go.
Yeah.
So during their conversation, May just walks in the room and ices everybody except Coulson, which I didn't see coming, to be perfectly honest. Just pew, pew, pew. Oh, hi, there's May. So she packs him a bag, gets him the hell out of there, basically says, without you, there's no S.H.I.E.L.D. So he's free.
Super speed elevator, holy crap.
I know, right?
Are you sure there wasn't like, holy jeez, how is he staying on the elevator? That thing just dropped.
Listen, I have elevator nightmares. And that's about how fast they go. And I usually end up on the ceiling. So.
Exactly. How did he wasn't strapped in. What, did they have glue on his feet or something?
Maybe he did like float a little bit on the way down.
No, I got nothing.
I really got. I'm like, oh my god, that
it's a magnetic elevator, and he has metal shoes.
There you go. He was wearing tap shoes.
So he escapes. He winds up in a place that a bar in. I was just gonna say a bar in Tahiti, the real Tahiti.
Like Tahiti.
Real Tahiti.
Hunter shows up and basically signs his name on a napkin and says, "There's my contract. I'm yours," which is pretty awesome. So now it's the two of them versus, the world at this point.
Yep.
Well, my other theory is that my other theory was Hunter, because when they couldn't find him, I didn't know. It was one of those they kind of left. I was thinking maybe if he didn't, he let the submersible go as a distract, and he stayed on the boat to get more intel.
Oh, okay.
That would have actually been a cool, twist. But as he put it, escape pods will wash up when and where they damn well please. So that's where he was all this time.
Yeah, and that was actually something I didn't realize until this episode started, because we were talking last week about, why is it going to take Hunter so long to get to shore? They said 12 hours, and I had assumed that it was propelled, but I guess it was just like a tiny, tiny pod that
autopilots.
Oh yeah, autopilot. Yeah.
Just go to shore is probably its its program.
It's got like the tiniest little propeller.
It's like
go. I have to admit that when one of my favorite parts was when Coulson was talking to Mac over his car, and he's like, the path we've chosen doesn't leave a lot room for trust, and I knew right then something was going to happen.
Yeah, it was that.
As soon as he said that, I was just like, "Oh, snap! It's going down now."
I knew when he was hovering over Mac the whole time. I'm like, "This is trappity trap."
Trappity trap. Definitely
Something's going down.
So let's shift to another part of the country here, with Skye locked in the happy cabin of solitude. So. She puts the gloves on, and they're tight, and apparently, after getting a nice visit from Gordon the No-Eyed Wonder, and we've heard him speak more this episode than he has in about 6 episodes. He's being a pretty chill guy, just tells her, you can come with me, we'll take care of you, we'll teach you about your powers, and we'll treat you right.
I mean, we saw, Sky's mom teach him. She was super zen. I mean, it makes sense that he would become also super zen.
Right, and as he put it, the first thing that happened, she hugged me. What's the first thing S.H.I.E.L.D. did to you? Yeah, they locked you in a containment cell. Anyway.
Well, technically, she locked herself in the containment.
No, the first thing they did was put her in quarantine.
Quarantine, right?
That was before anybody knew what was going on.
Right, that's because they thought she had some kind of disease.
Alien thing Mac had.
Which, safe precaution. Anyway, she takes the gloves off. After no connection, can't get through to Simmons or anything, she pulls the wall paneling out to try and fix the internet and realizes that she's in a very sturdy metal cell with an extremely large Hulk-sized fist print in it.
I was like, the Hulk was there.
That's a little small for the Hulk.
Right, and I thought, okay, either that's a Hulk print or Captain America was really pissed off when he stayed there.
Yeah, they said Captain America stayed there.
Right,
I think that's a little small for the Hulk. I think Cap just got a little angry.
Well, they said that...
It was the house that Banner built.
Yeah, it was the house that Banner built to contain himself.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't remember that.
They said it was towards the end.
Yeah. When they were saying, he took Sky to the cabin.
Right, he took Sky to the retreat.
And they're like, the house that Banner built.
Right.
Okay. And I thought it was funny because it had all these metal walls and then a regular glass and wooden door, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's a little odd. But anyway, after her whole Zen conversation with Gordon, and her gloves come off, and she's washing cold water over bruised hands. That's gotta feel great. Apparently, she's a waterbender now.
I was like, this makes her a bender. I love it.
She's a bender.
Because he told her that she can control the vibrations of anything in the universe.
She can hear it. She can feel them.
And she can tap into them.
That's why she feels like there are bees inside of her.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was cool.
That was cool.
May calls her, tells her, they're coming to get you. Get the hell out. Go to the southwest corner. You'll find a panel that'll let you shut off the laser grid. And get out. So she escapes. Quinjets are coming for her.
Well, I think the part of that of what May said that I find that she could have said better was she said, "Who's coming? S.H.I.E.L.D." It's like, no, you say rogue section of S.H.I.E.L.D. You don't say S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
Her friends are out to get her, which Bobby showing up only.
You know what? I didn't even think about it. Yeah, that does.
She now thinks that S.H.I.E.L.D. is out to get her, and May is the only one who's in the Alpha.
Oh crap! That's a mind fuck.
She doesn't know about the real S.H.I.E.L.D. She has no idea.
Right, she doesn't.
No clue.
Well, anyway, Bobby and Agent Cocksucker show up. That's his name from now on.
God. I so hate him so much.
He's been you know what?
He's been impaled over to his heart.
They introduced him. No, it was his shoulder. He'll be fine.
God damn it. Maybe he'll bleed out.
No, he'll be fine, unfortunately. He was always a dick since they introduced him, but, Sky beats the crap out of a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. His gun goes off into the air. They converge, and, okay, here's the thing. They clear the woods. I understand that they come in, they come upon Sky. He's down, and she's got a gun on him, right? Mm-hmm. She throws the gun away and puts her hands in front of her. He still shoots her. That's the part.
Did you notice? It wasn't an ice bullet. It was a real bullet.
No, it was a real bullet. He shoots her with an actual, honest-to-God bullet, this dickhead. And then she, deflects the bullet. And
I knew he had a real bullet as soon as Bobby goes, ice on his mirror, she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. And he went click. And I'm like, that he has real bullets. He's out to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what all of them are. That's what in their mind. That's what their agenda is going to do for all the
gifted people. Kill them.
Kill them. Get rid of them. You're muted.
That makes sense.
Cleo.
Chrissy, you're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Oh no! I was chewing. I'm sorry.
There, you're back.
Bobby, seeing this. Sorry, I was eating chips. I forgot. Bobby seeing this is going to throw her allegiance to Gonzalez into question, and she's really going to be a triple agent.
Right, exactly.
I know, especially after fuck bastard head decided to use real bullets.
I just love.
You saw it in her eyes. She was like, "That is not cool, dude."
Yeah, and he shoots her.
Not okay with that.
This is how I'm going to put it. She deflects the bullet, as well as everything within 40 yards in front of her. She just deflects it.
It was cool.
Yeah, deflects the bullet, blows the trees up, knocks Bobby and Dickface back. Dickface gets a shard of tree impaled in him.
That wasn't a shard. That thing was like
okay. He gets staked.
But this is a step in the right direction to controlling her powers because she didn't make the ground crack. It was just what was in front of her.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, she was like, Gordon, help!" And pew, you want to go home? Yeah, and he's all smiles about it, like, yeah, I knew this would happen eventually.
Mm-hmm. Well, it has to be her choice.
Yeah, he's exactly. He's super zen, and he's trying to show that he's not, gonna cage her or capture her. He's like, it's all you. If you want to go, just tell me. Otherwise, yeah.
And I think that we were talking a couple weeks ago about why he took Reyna and not Skye.
Mm-hmm.
And in this episode, I was thinking, because if he approached her any earlier than this,
right,
she would not have listened to him.
She wouldn't even given him the time of day, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, Reyna was at her breaking point. Reyna was mad what she became, and she was.
Reyna was going for. Yeah, she was going for suicide by cop at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he needed to wait for that moment for Skye.
Almost that low point.
So here's the question. Now Skye's... Is this going to take her away from S.H.I.E.L.D. for a while?
I don't know. I mean, they're looking for... I mean, the promo says... Coulson says we need to find Skye.
Right.
So...
Well, where the hell...
They're not just going to forget about her.
Yeah, so she's probably somewhere in, I'm going to assume, China. Or... who? I don't know. Where, Tibet.
That's where the original Kree landed. Also, that's where, all that stuff went down.
Right.
So we can assume that it's somewhere in China.
Exactly. Well...
And they're introducing a new guy, it looks like, from the trailer.
So, let's get to that. Next episode, because we covered, I think, everything we could in this episode. It was a good episode.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to say something about the cabin.
What about it?
Because Skye gets scared, and she's like, I shouldn't have let Fitz talk me into watching Paranormal Activity. And I'm like, you guys missed the opportunity to make a cabin in the woods joke.
Yes, cabin in the woods, exactly.
I was like, no, you missed the opportunity to make a cabin in the woods joke. I was like so angry.
Why did Fitz have to make me watch Paranormal Activity? Anyway, next episode is called Afterlife. And this is what they've released about it. As Robert Gonzalez. Oh, his name's Robert.
Robert!
Bobby! We got two Bobbies!
We have two Bobbies.
Bobbies.
We have Bobby Morse and Bobby Adama. That doesn't work. We're just going to keep calling him Admiral Adama. Fuck Robert Gonzalez. As Admiral Adama makes his move, Coulson must do whatever it takes to protect the future of S.H.I.E.L.D. Meanwhile, Skye's journey to control her powers takes a surprising turn when she meets the enigmatic Inhuman named Lincoln.
Lincoln.
I'm getting Fringe feelings.
I'm getting
There was a
Fringe.
character from Fringe called Lincoln. He was my favorite.
I just want to know, does Gordon know that who her mom is?
Whose mom is?
Skye's mom is?
Skye.
He probably does, because he knows of Cal. He knows Cal obviously was her husband.
I want to know what they did to him.
Yeah, I would like to know what they did to him. He's probably in some cell somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, he knows.
He let him go. He let him out of that room they were keeping him in. So
yeah, but it doesn't show where he went from there.
That's true.
It was still in the building. He could have been going to see someone else.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that Gordon doesn't want Cal around when he brings in Skye.
Or maybe it could be used test her powers to see how she controls her emotions around this dude, or I don't know.
Right. We actually have a decent question in our live chat here from Goblin Graph. Does anyone think that there is a chance that Bobby is actually on the list in Fury's box?
On the index?
Mm-hmm.
Why would Bobby be on the index?
I'm trying to remember if she actually had any superpowers in the comic, or if she was just a really well trained. Because Bobby Morse, aka Mockingbird, in the comics, I don't know if she actually had any superpowers, or if she was just like
really well trained,
crazily well trained badass.
Oh, okay.
You know, that would be time to look up.
Sorry, it's giving me Black Canary.
I know.
Feelings, because what they did with Black Canary in the Arrow TV show is because Black Canary in the comics had supersonic voice.
Never mind, she has no superpowers.
No superpowers. Okay.
Yeah.
Black Canary had supersonic voice, but in Arrow they gave her like little sonic pellets.
Interesting.
Or maybe she knows something, or I don't know. Or maybe Mr. Robert Gonzalez knows something. Maybe there's something on there he doesn't want everyone else to know.
All right. And before we end, we're going to get Dom's prediction, because he's saying my prediction in chat, and he left it blank. But
good job, Dom.
I'm really looking forward to more S.H.I.E.L.D. like I have been all season, because this season is fucking great.
I need, there's something we're still missing about new S.H.I.E.L.D.'s intentions.
Right, because
they seem to have this ideology about open knowledge and no secrets, but they're still a spy organization. You know, they're still a secret organization. So there's something we're missing. They're too smart to just be crazy.
Dom's prediction: Skye is going to get caught by real S.H.I.E.L.D. and then Teleport Dude is going to take her away. Teleport Dude already took her away. Have you seen this episode, Dom?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's why he's not on this.
I don't know. There's also it seems like everyone knows, Skye's parents, but then it's like they're all disconnected, like they don't know each other, kind of thing. It feels kind of, it's like, okay, you should know, if you know who her mom was, then you should know who this guy is that's her father, and it's just, I don't know, it's... Yeah.
Oh, he's saying again.
Again.
Like, she's going to get captured by real S.H.I.E.L.D. after whatever she does now, and then he's going to have to take her away again.
No, I think...
That sounds lame, Dom.
I think if she's going to get caught by the real S.H.I.E.L.D., I think it'll be after a certain amount of time she's actually spent at the retreat, wherever they took her. And she will learn how to control her own powers, and I think she'll get herself out.
Timbuktu, we're going to call it.
Timbuktu?
Because
Bahrain, maybe? I don't know.
That's about as close as, we can guess. Hell, they could be in Hawaii for all we know.
That's another thing. That's another thing they need to... What the frick happened in Bahrain?
Yeah, maybe...
They keep bringing it up in every so often in every episode. They always bring it up.
What happened in Budapest? I think that's more important.
You and I remember... Budapest very differently.
Very differently.
Favorite line of that whole movie.
I know, it's so funny.
Anyway, that would be our show. Yeah. Good stuff. I knew I forgot something. 1 week. One day, I will...
You'll remember it?
No, last week I was pretty good, and I remember. What was it the week before? I don't remember.
One of the weeks you were doing good.
I don't know. Rachel, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Savannah17.
Right in the middle. You know what? I'll leave it in the middle of your screen. There you go.
There you go. Right here.
Oh, God.
Right on the face.
Clio, where can they find you? See, I put yours down there for some stupid reason.
You can find me at Cliomoto on the socials, and you can find me at Twitch at the Cliomoto.
Watch her. She's been playing Magicite lately, and it's hilarious.
She does all the yelling.
She does all the yelling.
Who?
All the yelling.
You, when you play Magicite.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen. T-Rexes come up out of nowhere and bite me in the butt.
You're damn right they do.
I'm gonna yell.
And wasp hump you.
Anyway. Oh, God. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Thilladrin. Right there. You can find us all on mainly YouTube, but also on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and MySpace at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts or some of your favorite TV shows. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely time of day.
Bye.
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 I like that as your outro. Have a lovely time of day.
Well, you know what? I don't know when the hell they're watching this.
That's
God
true.
damn it, Bobby.